And race fans, welcome to the Valley of the Sun right here in Phoenix as Family and Friends Race Club presents their All-Star edition tonight in prime time right here on Extreme TV. I'm your host, Mr. Excitement. Thank you, everyone, joining us right here live on YouTube as we strap in for 100 laps of some of the greatest modified racing you will see tonight. Wednesday or Tuesday night right here in prime time. 100 laps the distance. Let's go ahead and take a look at our race info this evening. This racetrack, again, just over a mile, coming in at 1.01 miles in length. Track temperature, track air temperature, ambient, beautiful. 71 degrees Fahrenheit, 40% relative humidity, partly cloudy, and only 3 miles an hour is that wind, so that's going to be a non-factor here tonight. These cars going to be making gobs of horsepower. As like I said previously, this weather is absolutely ideal, perfect. Can't ask for any other better weather right now as these cars begin to grid behind that iRacing.com Ford Mustang. Again, I want to thank everyone for joining us right here on Extreme Sim TV. Taking a look here at your starting lineup here. On the pole, Mark bringing up in the 78 car. He's going to have a pole best lap of a 28.425. Outside front row is going to be Keith Hume Sr. in that 21 ride representing Ohio. Rolling off third, Matthew Johnson from JBR Racing in the 12th. Outside of him in fourth, that's going to be Scott Tranum in that Western Motorsports Racing machine. Keep an eye on that 32 ride to come to the front. In fifth, running out your top five, that's going to be Jason Chilton rocking the 4 here this evening. Rolling off sixth, that's going to be Torn Shirts in the 33. Seventh belongs to Scott Wilkerson in the 77. All sevens there across. There's your pick 3 lotto numbers here tonight. In eighth, Michael J. Boyd. He is going to be in the 81. And in ninth, I'm actually up here in the booth. Want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight as we get set to go for 100 green flag laps of racing here. Field racked and stacked 2x2. Pace car is going to pull off here. That's going to give the button to Mark in that 78 as we hit the Geico restart zone. We are green flag racing here from the Valley of the Sun. Right off the bat here, you can stay Mark taking advantage of that open dog leg. 3 cars going to be a Noah's Ark situation, and Mark going to jump out to an early lead here. As you can see, it's all business right behind him. Matthew Johnston in the 12, wasting no time as he clears himself single file. First 3 positions here towards the front. As that 78 car continues to lead, where it starts to get exciting right around that 4th place position. That's going to be Scott Tranum in that 32. Oh, he gets a little loose there slideways. It's a hornet's nest for 4th through 7th spot right now. Going back on through the field in that 7th place position, losing a couple spots from where he started. Slid back 5 already. That's Keith Hume Sr. in that number 21 ride. This could be a strategy play here, as attrition often comes in place here at Phoenix. Side by side, door to door, almost gives a little door check there to the 33, Tory Shirts. You can see Keith there really rocking the bottom of this racetrack. He has that race car glued to that yellow line, trying to take advantage of these fresh Hoosier tires. Everyone pretty much all now single file here in the early going. Going to take you back up to the front here. Uh-oh. Matt Johnston, HMFIC of Extreme TV. He is getting himself caught up into a hornet's nest here, as you can see. Oh, just as I say that, he breaks away a little bit there. He pieces together a nice section of the racetrack there, as he now gets about 0.3 of a second over Jason Chilton in that number 4 machine. See KFC on board, a little hot and spicy out there, and why not? The nighttime's the right time. Again, keeping a watch here through this field. 8 cars took the checkered flag, and we have some money on the line too tonight as well. And that always is going to turn the octane up when you take points out of the equation and put some money on the line. When these guys do all-star racing, they do it right here in prime time. Still single file here. Every clean racing here in the early going of this race. You can see there the 33 is making a move there. That's Torn Shirts. He's going to pull alongside the 32 there. It's a John Force situation, door to door as they come out of the 3 and 4 complex. And he's going to get the spot now. Punch the ticket on Torn Shirts up to that 4th place position, up 2 spots from where he started. But they are door to door just behind him in that 5th place position. Scott Wilkinson under fire as they get it sorted out, and just look how close these cars are right here in that between that 5th to 8th place position there. They are nose to tail. And as we start to widen out here, as these Hoosier tires start to fall off, you're going to see some different lines come into play here as we remain caution free through 8 laps of competition. Everyone doing showing a lot of showmanship here. Gentlemen's give and take on full display. That's what you do when you're a professional here. You notice that, hey, we've got a long way to go, 100 laps of scheduled distance. You're seeing that give and take right now, everyone being courteous out there on the racetrack, but that will go away as these laps start to wind down, I can promise you that. Is now Scott Wilkerson putting all kinds of pressure all over the 4 of Jason Chilton. At Ford Mustang, he's trying to get a nose underneath there, tries to sneak it inside. The 4 is going to go to a defending line here and closes the door on him. That 77 is going to take it almost all the way down to pit road. The exit of pit road, that is, and it works out for him, able to keep the 77 at bay. This is the hot spot on the racetrack right here, as these guys are just in the middle of they are having a fight here, all out trench warfare right around that 4th place position. Let's go back up to the front, check in on Mark in the 78. These guys are utilizing all of the racetrack. They are exploring all the space here around this 1.01 mile facility. You can see there Matthew Johnston, he is basically up 1 spot from where he started. And remember, he's field filler. He was a walk-on to this race. Paid the entry fee, and look at this guy. He is representing well thus far through 11 laps. Now 12 laps as we cross that start-finish line of competition. Is he starting to get his hands full now from that 12 car of Matthew Johnson. Is now they're door-to-door, side-by-side. Matt giving him plenty of room as he goes about a half lane up the racetrack. Oh, a little bit of contact there. It comes up, gives a high five to the outside wall there. Is now the 33 is going to have the advantage as he rolls the bottom. Is that number 33 machine? He is your biggest mover of the race, up 4 spots from where he started. Last time by, one of the fastest cars on the racetrack. In fact, he is the fastest car on the racetrack. That lap coming in at a 29.01. His best lap at 28.84. So already, tires starting to come into play. This racing surface here, depending on how you drive this racetrack, it's going to make you pay if you over-abuse or overutilize those tires here early. Again, want to thank everybody for joining us here live on Extreme Sim TV All-Star Edition here. Huge cash payout prizes to the top finishers of this one. Let's continue to watch this excellent racing action here live in prime time. '78 really utilizing the bottom lane of this racetrack here. He kind of getting it down into the flat there as well. Comes off the banking. There's not a ton here at Phoenix, but you got to be careful. That'll definitely upset the balance of the race car when you come back onto the banking of the racetrack. You can see the 33 there Really trying to back the corner up just a little bit, trying to get a better exit here. You see the sparks fly as everyone, it's an all out, looks like a formation of Blue Angels down there as they go across the apron of the racetrack, as these guys are getting all the good in the neighborhood right here, right now. Checking on back, a little back further in the field here on that 7th place position. That's where you're going to find the 81 of Michael Boyd. He started 8th, currently up 1 spot, so he's trending in the right direction. He's currently about 3.5 to 4 seconds off the next group of cars in front of him. Not sure maybe if he had some problems here early on, or if this is part of his strategy here, as there's a long way to go. And sometimes this racetrack here, you need to race the racetrack. Don't race yourself. Don't get caught up in someone else's dumpster fire. You got to be in it to win it. In order to do that, you have to survive and be alive till the end, and that's probably what Michael J. Boyd is doing right now as he continues to run in that 7th place position. New fast lap in town. That's working lap 18. That goes to Mark Brennup in that 78 with a 28.82. Absolutely screaming. In the words of Cletus McFarland, hashtag full send. And, I mean, no surprise he's turning those types of laps right now. I mean, when he is literally getting all the good out of that dog leg right now. Battle for up front really starting to heat up here as that 33, the biggest mover of the race, continues to run fast laps, mirroring his times in qualifying. He's going to throw it in the corner. He's going to set it in there low. Get back on the loud pedals. He swings it almost all the way out to the wall as he's dialing in a bead all over the leader, the 78. Probably looking at a lead change here in the short term. Is Tony Schertz really just doing everything he can right now to see if he can get Mark to make a mistake? He's literally welded a bead right on the back bumper of his race car, looking like the Intimidator from back in the day. Oh, he's going to peek inside the 78. It's going to come down to block. Only problem is it's Phoenix. You have all of that dog leg you can utilize if it is in play. In this track configuration, dog leg is open for business, and you can see Mark using all of it. Still thinking about peeking a fender in there as he looks inside again. Now he comes back in line. You're going to re-rack him, restack him again, this battle for the lead. Now the 33 gets a better run off of 4. Door to door, side by side. Just how you like your Waffle House hash brown, smothered and covered. But Mark takes the spot back when he slams the door closed. He will not be denied the lead. But once again, he comes off turns 2 wide. That's going to allow the 33 to close right back in as he hones his radar beam right on the back of that 78. Look at the game of cat and mouse right now, the mental chess match. Full display right now. In fact, you know what? Let's go on board here. Let's go on board. We say we go on board with Tony Schertz here in the 33 machine. Give you a good look at what it seems to be like right inside of this race car here. Always like this roll bar camera. Gets a good feel of everybody at home watching right now live. Just how it feels to be inside of this race car here. I mean, go on board to the nose cam. Jimmy Egenfelder giving us some great camera angles here as you see how close he gets to the back of Mark in that 78 car. Just merely inches off the rear bumper. Tell you what, we promised you some high-octane, high-impact racing, and these boys have not let us down through 25 laps of racing. You would think it's 5 laps to go the way these two guys are just throwing haymakers at each other. Side by side, once again, the 33. Torn gets a great run there. See if he's able to clear him now. All the 78 tries to pinch him down just a little bit. Look at him fight back on the outside. As he goes top shelf where Mama hides the cookies, it's a John 4 special coming into the 3 and 4 complex. Still door-to-door, side-by-side. No paint traded as of yet. Great situational awareness by both these drivers as they cross the start-finish line. Mark's gonna take it all the way to the top side. Shirts goes all the way down to the infield abyss, and still they meet right back door-to-door. Ladies and gentlemen, your guess is as good as mine. Who's going to have the lead this lap? Last time at the line, just about a photo finish as they're still side by side. Now the 33 has the advantage. The 78 looked to slip up, but he's going to try to double cross him over here. But with that, the 33, Tony Shirts carries the torch now as he's up 5 spots. New leader, lap 28. What an impressive piece of driving by both these drivers. Shirts able to take the lead after an all-out slugfest between himself and the 78 of Mark Burkham. And Mark still ain't done yet. Look at him fighting back here again as he closes in. Now he gets a fender on him. As he's going to try his hand now on the low line. Still side by side, door to door. And we're back to side-by-side drag racing once again here at Phoenix. Back into turns 3 and 4 complex again. Side-by-side once more. There we go. The 78's going to go way down the hill. Going to pull the old slider on the 33. Able to keep him pinned back, but now he opens the door wide open. I'll tell you what, Matt Johnson has VIP front row tickets to this battle right here in the 12. Ladies and gentlemen, you notice the paint scheme on that race car just so happens to say Extreme Sim TV. And he is doing us proud out there in the race car, basically no prep. Asked him if he wanted to jump in, be a part of the show. He said absolutely. And he is making it one heck of a show up there contending inside the top 3, holding on to that podium position in the 12 ride. Again, if you're new to Extreme Sim TV, you know you want to join the family already. Easiest way to do that, smash the like button, ring the bell, come home to 7 days of high-octane, high-impact racing right here with your internet eSIM esports action leader, Extreme Sim TV. Another thing we're doing, hey, we're going to raise the stakes. These boys have out there on the racetrack tonight. We are going commercial-free, non-stop, all-out access through all 100 laps of this race. And why not? When the racing is this good, why step away? Give all you guys, all your race fans at home, something to cheer about. Hopefully, Grandma's got plenty of kernel-free popcorn. She's got the 5-point harness strapped in, just like all of these drivers do right now. You can see single file here, that 4th through 7th place position. You got the 21 there at Keith Hume Sr. You got the 5 there in 5th, the 4 of Jason Clinton. And then in that 6th place position, up 1 spot, Scott Wilkerson. As he's watching right now the 4 and 21 do business. Great battle here between the KFC ride in the 4 and the 21. This is for that 3rd and 4th place position, respectively, as they're starting to close in now on Johnson in that 12. See those sparks flying here? That's just these cars just bottoming it out. You know, when you trim these things out, you want them as low to the racing surface as possible. That's going to help with the aero. That's going to create the downforce and all the side force these cars need. when you turn, when the sun goes down, those lights come up, you really get to see all the sparks flying. Just goes to show you how low to the asphalt these cars are where they're trimmed out. They certainly are here tonight. Look at the 21. Keith really starting to put Matt in the pressure cooker in the 12. '21 really rotating the center of the corner really well right now. Last time by 28.74 to Matt's 8:28.83. So the 21 is faster than the 12. Man, look at him take advantage of that dog leg here. Matt's probably going to be smart about this. Burp the throttle a little bit and gives the 21 the position here. Or let's see if he tries to keep it wound up on the top shelf. He does. He tries to pull back alongside him. Almost side by side going into 3. Matt's going to burp the throttle there. He's going to give the 21 the spot is now. He opens the door and now has to deal with Jason in the 4. And just as I say that, it's a Noah's Ark situation right here. Is you got battles, you're trying to play offense and defense at the same time. The 12 of Matt, he's trying to defend now the 4 of Jason Chilton. And while he's trying to defend him, he's got Scott Wilkerson in the 77 playing offense. It's really tough to do here as a driver. You got to pick one. It's hard to do both. It's hard to play offense and defense inside the cockpit of that race car. That's typically when you can get yourself in trouble. Again, Keith Hume Sr. continues to run at 21 in the third and final podium position. He's in a money spot right now. He is loving life in the 21 as he now turns the fastest lap of the race at a 28.72. Talk about saving Hoosier tires. Getting good in the neighborhood. That 21 getting it done. 40 laps into this run with the fastest lap of the race. That is impressive. Back up front, Mark continues to lead here as he was able to get back by the 33. As these two have been throwing haymakers at each other from time to time over the course of this race. Now the 21 starts to close down this lead group here. This 2-car tango, and they have been going at it all out, trench warfare style. Matt Johnston continues to fade here just a little bit. Perhaps ran his car a little too hard here in the early going. Now probably trying to get those Hoosiers to cool down just a little bit. Get that right rear back in the game. That right rear is critical here, being able to put the power down coming off these corners, especially in the new configuration, this layout here. Right here, the Valley of the Sun. Now working lap 45. Uh-oh, the 77 gets a little case of the Christmas lights there. He goes blink mode. Don't want to do that out there on green flag conditions. As a sim racer, that'll just simply put a pit in your stomach. It's one of the worst things that can happen to you. The only time it's probably worse is when you're in a train double file at Talladega or Daytona. That's usually a great way to spark off the big one. Because now it looks like his connection here is stabilized. Let's see Matt out there right now. Last time by ran at 28.95.
Hit the wrong button.
Caution free still through 46 laps of racing, and not one caution in sight here so far. It's been flat out, all out green flag racing from the drop of the green flag here. Going to take it back up to the front of this piece once again is now the 21, Keith Hume Sr. continues to close in on these lead two. He's going to have something to say before this is said and done. Oh, there was a big time move there by the 78. Don't know if he got loose there. It kind of looked like it, as he had to catch that car quick, fast, in a hurry. I don't know how he was able to maintain the lead and keep the car underneath him at the same time. But just as I say that, here comes Keith in the 21. He's starting to think about turning up the spice just a little bit. What a pass by the 21. He's going to get one. He almost went for a twofer. The 78 caught it out the rearview mirror. He came down the racetrack to block, stole a little arrow off of him. And now it's a three-way drag race for that first place position out there on the racetrack. Let's go on board with Keith. Let's see how he's getting around this racetrack. You can see here in the dog leg. Oh, he's coming down pit road. Lap 50, so that's obvious. He's going to split this race in half. As the money stop, also the first pit stop. Right at lap 50. Can't have any mistakes here. Once you hit that commitment cone, you got to get down to that 40-mile-an-hour pit road speed. Currently has his pit box in sight. Wants a clean entry here. Doesn't want to roll over any of the lines in his pit box. If he does, he's got to throw it in reverse. That's going to cost him precious time on pit road. Let's follow him in all the way into the box. Clean stop in the box. Jackman's going to come around. You see right side's going up. Going to change tires. 2 cans of Sunoco Racing Fuel. His pit stop's now underway, still out on the racetrack. The 78. When will the 78 come in? He doesn't want to perhaps stay out too long, especially with other cars now on pit road. There's going to be probably about a second, if not more, of an advantage on fresh Dr. Feelgoods. Continues to have the 33 in tow in that second place position. There's the 77 on pit road getting service done to his race car. Jason Chilton just coming out of his pit box. The service is done, down and away, and the same for the 4. See these guys coming off of pit road, getting back onto the racetrack. Climbing through the gearbox, back up to speed, hard on the loud pedal. How about we check in here with Scott, currently in that 8th position. Had a really good starting spot in this race. He started in 4th up near the front. Just things not going well for him here. Perhaps the setup of the race car, he may have missed it just a little bit. As he's now in that 8th position right now. About 37 seconds behind the 8 of 81 of Michael J. Boyd. Great looking paint scheme on that race car tonight. Loving that royal blue in that screaming yellow combination on that ZL1 Camaro. Your leader now on pit road. See, as he's down and away. Great stop by Mark. He's going to have the best pit time delta out of all the drivers here tonight. Great execution on pit road. Let's see how this plays out now for Mark as he comes back up to speed here out on the racetrack. It is hammer down, hammer time in the 78 camp. as it looks like he is going to have almost 4 seconds over Torrance Shirts in the 33. Now remember, these two had an epic battle at the front. No contact, just to go to show you how two veterans get it done out there on the racetrack. You don't need to be beating a bag and putting each other in the wall, wadding up race cars to put on a great show. And that's exactly what these two guys did. You know what do you say we go through the field right now as we're 56 laps through the scheduled 100 laps here for All-Star Night right here from the Valley of the Sun, Phoenix International Speedway. Let's go on board with them too as well. What do you say, guys? In first right now, he has been up near the front. He has been electric. He has been up on the wheel. That is Mark Bringup in that 78. He is your current leader. Tied for the biggest mover of the race in second. That is Torrance Shirts, up 4 spots in the 33. Currently in third, that final podium position right now, that's going to be Scott Wilkerson. He is tied for the biggest mover of the race with the 33 of Shirts. You go back to that 21st position. I'm sorry, into 21 in that 4th place position. That is Keith Hume Sr. Right outside the top 3. Running out your top 5, that's going to be the 12. Extreme TV's own Matt Johnson. He was up near the front of this piece for about the first 20-25 laps of the race. Fell off a little bit. Had a chance to come down pit road, perhaps make some adjustments on that race car. Let's see if he's able to get back towards the front as he currently occupies that 5th place position. In 6, it's spicy time in the 4, Jason Chilton. Having a great run here tonight in that 6th place position. In 7th, that is going to be Michael J. Boyd in the 81, up 1 spot from where he started. Currently about 13 seconds off of 6th place position, currently occupied again by the 4 ride. And it certainly last but not least in the 32, that is going to be Scott Tranum, who currently rounds out the field right now in that 8th place position. Again, caution-free, green all the way through 61 laps of competition. Again, if you're new to Extreme Sim TV, join the family. Easiest way to do so, smash the like button, ring the bell. Come home to 7 days of high-flying, high-octane eSIM racing action right here on Extreme Sim TV. Again, want to thank all you race fans at home for joining us here tonight in prime time as we're starting to get more strung out than a methadone clinic at the moment. That typically happens, the byproduct of these long green flag runs. See if you can find you the best battle on the racetrack right now, and no surprise, Keith Hume Sr. right in the middle of that hornet's nest once again. Is the 12 of Matt Johnston, tries to close in. In fact, you know what? Let's go on board with Matt. Let's see how this car is driving for him here. You can see he's about 4 to 5. He's about 3.5 car lengths right off the back of the 21. A little bit of lap traffic in front of him. He's going to take it down all the way. Utilize. Oh, what a run. He has to do some quick avoidance there. Lap traffic there is the 32. As Scott Tranum almost got in the way. That probably had eyes big as a silver dollar. As we go out the front of his race car to the nose cam, you can see currently continues to reel in that 21. A couple tenths at a time, but he is there closing. This is really starting to get good as these laps continue to wind down. Matt having a great run here, doing a great job representing Extreme Sim TV out here on the racetrack. Again, you're currently watching that battle 3rd through 5th right now, as that is the hot spot on the racetrack. Up front, it has been all Mark, Mr. Primetime himself, as he now has over a 4-second advantage over the 33 of Torn Shirts. Ooh, he had to chase that down the hill there. Great heads up there by the 33. You can tell he's trying to get all of it right now, all the performance out of that race car. That gap has now stabilized. Last time by, Mark ran a 28.89 to Tony's 28.98. So still, the 78 is faster. Is that lead now over 5 seconds? Let's get back to this three-way dogfight here. This is where the Hornet's Nest is. You could pitch a tent right over these boys. And Matt Johnston right now, he is the meat in the sandwich. Hopefully he doesn't get squirted out of the hot dog bun, if you know what I mean. Because these guys just throwing everything they got at each other right now. Keith has 3rd. Matt Johnston wants the spot. But just as he goes on the offensive, here comes the 77 sliding her in there. Trying to throw the... Oh, they make contact big time. Wreck. Caution comes out on the racetrack. We're going to have to go ahead and back this up here. What in the world happened out here on the racetrack? I know we're not supposed to... There's a broadcast no-no throwing it in reverse, but this was so big. Just got to back this up to see what happened here and what went wrong. You can see the 21 has the advantage in the corner. The 7 goes to throw the slider, and he just comes across the nose. It absolutely pounds that outside retaining wall like a howitzer. Huge, massive contact there. His first caution of the day comes out now on lap 71 after a big-time collision between two big-time drivers, Matthew Johnston and Scott Wilkerson. Well, this will give these drivers a chance to refresh, reset. You can see all the damage all over the front of that 77. I'm surprised this isn't a Bluetooth suspension situation, because all the tires are still turning on that race car. Let's go ahead and take a look at Matthew Johnston here as well. It's all the leaders here coming down pit road. I take that back. Keith Hume Sr. decides to go Las Vegas mode here. Go big or go home. He's going to stay out in the 21. As you see now, the 12. Matthew Johnston coming off the pit road here. Other cars coming down, making their pit stops. We've had a very smooth race here up until then, and the fuse got lit, and boom went the dynamite. His service now being wrapped up and completed on the 12. Well, caution is out, but we're not going to commercial break. We're going all out. Stay right here. You're not going to miss a thing.
77 is telling me to let you by.
Where's the 21? I'm supposed to be behind him. I'm the leader.
Green, green, green.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Valley of the Sun right here at Phoenix. Green flag back in the air, coming off of a huge caution sequence here. The first one of the day that involved the 12 right there of Matt Johnston in the 77. This gave everyone a chance to re-rack, restack, get themselves reinvigorated as a late race push for the charge here for the win. It is All-Star time in prime time. Love the call from Keith Hume Sr. in the 21 to stay out, take advantage of that clean air. And he is making it work right now as he is almost pulled out to a 1 second advantage over Torn Shirts in that 33. That field got pretty strung out, but that caution kind of leveled the playing field there, put everyone back in contention. It is hot and heavy, getting good in the neighborhood once again. As you can see, the 33 utilizing all of that dog leg, really exploring the space here at Phoenix. Coming off the corner there, the 33 really gets a great run there off of two. You see him barrel down here into the 3 and 4 complex. Now he takes it right to that yellow line, able to make it stick. The 78, here he comes. Mark back on the offensive as he's taking a peek. He knows there's only 20 laps to go, feels that sense of urgency come up as he is there, dialing up the pressure once again. Talk about stalking your prey. Looking like the Predator back there, just waiting for the right time to strike. And the time is now. All the 33 comes to block the crossover. He takes it to the high side of the racetrack. Top shelf for Mama hides the cookies. And the 33 still prevails. Talk about all out for that third and final podium place position. Look at the momentum that Mark is able to generate on that high side of the racetrack, but the 33 gets a great run on the bottom. Move Mark back up to that third place position. Scott back to fourth. Matthew Johnston in the 12, who was a big part of that massive wreck, our first caution of the evening in the 12. Not of his own doing, just car was not clear. Came right across the nose. As you can see under that caution flag, he was able to get most of that damage pounded out on the front. Here's a 77 picking right up where they left off again as he gets way loose coming off the corner. As he hit the drift mode button. Talking about the 77 there is Scott Wilkerson. You can really see all the different racing lanes here at Phoenix. You know, one of my favorite things about this racetrack, if the car's not working good, running the low line, you can come up to the middle. If it still ain't good there, oh, as the 77 catches a piece of that safer barrier. 18 laps to go. Here comes hot and spicy in the 4, Scott Wilkerson. He's looking to take the spot. Oh, look how that 12 really ate the transition there. He kind of hit that wrong. Did a great job of keeping that car underneath him. Still nose to tail here in this crazy train from that 4th to 6th place position. Back up front, Keith Hume Sr. dials up the pit strategy, and he is making it work as he is now out to almost a 2-second advantage over Torrance Shirts. As they guys are in a dogfight right now. Clank, a little door bang, a little high five at over 130 miles an hour. You know, I talked about that gentleman's agreement, that level of professionalism. Well, in racing, at one point or another, it all goes out the window, and we got the cacking and yakking going on right now as everyone trying to get a position here before it is over. Only 15 laps remaining, just over 15 miles in competition. Matthew Johnston once again finds himself right in the hornet's nest. He's going to take it way down low into the infield abyss there. Utilizing all of that dog leg once again. Hey, you put new tires on it, you might as well get all the good out of them before that checkered flag flies. It's Tony Shirts now in that 33, able to clear the 12. But still, Keith has over a second and a half advantage over the 33. I'm not sure if he's going to have enough time to utilize those fresh tires. Again, Matthew Johnston lurking in the 12 still. Remember, that first segment there, his car fell off after about 20-25 laps. Not this time. Able to go down pit road, make some adjustments to that race car. And it is driving better, certainly over the long run right now. Now Mark in the 78. He is in a battle of his own right now, going up against the 4, Jason Chilton. Jason goes to the high side. The 78 rips the bottom. Able to take the spot in the 77 of Scott Wilkerson. He's going to try to file through and does. I take that back. The 4 charges hard on the outside. Oh, they make contact. The 77 goes into the wall off the nose of hot and spicy. Oh, I think that's a Bluetooth suspension. He's going to have to get it down the racetrack. Oh, don't stop. Don't throw out the caution. And he's going to come to a stop, and then he's going to tow it to the pits. Caution now out on the racetrack with 10 laps to go. Not sure if I agree with that move there, but certainly going to make it exciting for everyone at home. Want to thank everyone for tuning again right here on your iRacing Esports broadcast leader, Extreme Sim TV. You thinking about joining the family? You know you want to already. Easiest way to do that, smash the like button, ring the bell. And again, 7 days of high-octane racing action. We got a little bit of everything for you. So when you want to fulfill the urge, come right here to your leader, Extreme Sim TV. At iRacing.com, pace car is going to come back out onto the field one more time as we're working caution number 2. Give these drivers a chance to mentally reset, reach over there, grab the water bottle, get set for old school Friday night shootout. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. Go up here to the blimp. Haven't had much time to go up to some of these different camera angles. The racing action has been so great, so good out there on the racetrack tonight. Let's go ahead and take this opportunity to run through the field one more time. Going full-blown Las Vegas high-stakes mode. Keith Hume Sr. staying out the first caution sequence. Was able to get great track position and drive away until that late race caution just came out. Now he's going to have the 33 torn shirts behind him in the 2. In the 33 in that second place position. Matthew Johnston in the 12. He's going to line up in that third place position. Fourth is going to belong to Mark Breekamp. He was up there having a battle for the lead earlier in this race. It was legendary. Fifth belongs to Jason Chilton right now as he runs in that fifth place position, even with the board right where he started. Up 2 spots, Michael J. Boyd in 8th, Scott Wilkerson in 7th. And Scott has been off the racetrack now for multiple laps as he has pulled it down pit road early. Now 7 laps to go as we count these laps under caution. Caution laps still do count in this All-Star configuration. As that caution flag literally strip him of a win, because all these drivers now with fresher tires literally right on his heels. As I believe these lights should go off on the iRacing.com pace car, and they do. So reach up there, pull those belts tight one more time as we get ready to go for 6 laps shootout style here under the lights in the Valley of the Sun. Will Hume Sr. say, winner, winner, chicken dinner? Will he get the W here? As that pace car pulls off. As we hit that Geico restart zone, green flag going to be coming back in the air. So you can see just how tight everyone's going to get re-racked and restacked this time. And forgive me there, I forgot how long of a stretch we have there to hit the Geico restart zone this time. And here we go for all the money in the pot tonight. The 21, he gets another great restart. Here comes the 33 of Hume, here comes the 33 Assurance on the top side of the racetrack. Hume Sr. gets away clean. Oh, look at Matt Johnston going to war with Torn. It's side by side, but Torn's got help on the top shelf. Matt's all alone on the bottom. Let's see if he can throw the block, and he does. He comes up the racetrack. The 73 is going to take it all the way to the top shelf. Matt back down to the bottom of the racetrack, utilizing all the good out of here. Still side by side, door to door. This is for that second place position. Now third. Matt Johnson going to fall back in line here. Is now Marks going back on the offensive. He went to the high side. He crosses all the way under him. Oh, they make contact. Mark gathers it up. The 33 gathers it up. We're still racing. What a save by both drivers. Absolutely incredible, and they still don't have it settled yet. New fast lap of the race. Guess who? Old tires, no problem for the 21 of Keith Hume Sr. Is now popsicle sticks in the air. Just 2 laps to go. 2 miles remaining in competition. You know, he can really feel the pressure. This is going to feel like the longest 2 laps of his life. Remember, it's prime time. No points on the line here tonight. This is all about going out there and taking it to the house. White flag in the air for Keith Hume Sr. He's going to take all the dog leg. He's going to come up to the middle of the racetrack. Now he comes down to the apron, touches that yellow line, working for the turns 3 and 4 complex for the final time. As he comes down pit road, down the... Oh, big time wreck. Matt Ghost monster truck into the air. We're going to follow this all the way to the win as the 21 comes around, takes the checkered flag. Your winner tonight, Keith Hume Sr. What a drive by the 21. Let's see if we can go back here and find out what happened to Matthew Johnson as he is sitting. He may have actually Alt F4'd it as I have lost him on the track telemetry. But how about Keith Hume Sr.? As he comes to the Valley of the Sun with the man with the plan, the nighttime is the right time. And he is going to get the victory. Torn Shirts comes home second. Jason Gilton comes home third. And heartbreak for Matthew Johnson as he was involved in a big one on the big lap, the money lap. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what do you say we talk to some of your podium finishers here tonight? See if we can go ahead and dial these boys up here.
Outstanding race. That was kind of fun there at the end, I'm not going to lie. A little sketchy, but that was kind of fun.
Open setups are a blast, man.
Keith, Matt, up in the booth. You got me, sir. Hey, man, congratulations on the win. Talk to me about that pit strategery, because that's really what put you in position to get this win. How did you know that would work? I'll tell you what, I love it when someone goes full-blown high-stakes Las Vegas mode like you did and walks away from the competition. That was phenomenal to watch, and it was like once your car hit that clean air, you were out of there. And then, now, I mean, but you got to be honest with me, when that caution came out late there, did your stomach start to tighten up just a little bit? Were you worried at all that those tires maybe had a deficit? No, and they absolutely weren't. And that fast lap you were talking about was a 28:43 absolutely flying out there. Keith, congratulations. Before I cut you loose, who do you want to thank who helps you get it done on the 21? Hey, you're very welcome. Congratulations, man. Well, how about Keith, ladies and gentlemen, gets it done. The nighttime was the right time for the 21 in prime time. He is your all-star winner. Let's continue on talking to our podium finishers. We're going to dial up Torrin Shirts. You got me, sir. Man, talk to me about that battle you had earlier on in the race. That door-to-door, side-by-side action. That looked intense. You had everyone on the live stream fired up. Walk me through that battle.
It was a lot of fun battling with my damn good pal Mark. I really thought we might have a good chance to kind of walk away with it, but I'm guessing by the looks of it, us battling each other that hard early on kind of hurt us. Because once Keith started catching us, we had nothing for him. So it was a lot of fun though. I wouldn't trade the battle, the door to door with Mark for anything. It was amazing. I had a blast.
Yeah, it certainly was a blast. That was some of the best, high octane, high drama racing you could ask for without, wadding up another race car and putting someone in the fence. You mentioned it hurt you. Are you talking in the department of the Dr. Feelgood? Did it hurt the Hoosiers a little bit on you?
Yeah, I think I hurt the Hoosiers there a lot. And then kind of, the lap times weren't, they were only getting better as the tires got worn. I kind of took a chance and didn't get any tires in that pit. And I think the right front was pretty well coached there right before the caution came out, so that kind of saved me. And I had pit 4 on, and again, new tires were not the call. You just wanted worn out tires that weren't too worn out. I think was what these cars like the most. So I think Keith pitting earlier and taking a 4 when he did, we get some more laps on those tires and kept them in a lot better shape at the end. But he was good on the long run anyway, so I think Hoosiers found a win.
Yeah, well said there. Thank you for the excellent in-race analysis, and congratulations. You certainly gave these fans a lot to cheer for here tonight with all of that electric door-to-door, high-octane racing drama here on the racetrack. Before we cut you loose, who do you want to thank who helps you get it done on the 33?
Yeah, I got to thank my buddy Mark for telling me about this race.
Well, there he is, ladies and gentlemen, not afraid to go. Pull the gloves tight, get up on the wheel, and put on a show here in Phoenix. He comes home second. That is Torrin Shirts. Comes home P2. Certainly last but not least, coming home in third, Jason Chilton, driver of the 4. You got me, bud. Jason, first of all, congratulations on a great run on the podium. This race wasn't easy for you. You had to start a little bit deeper in the field. How were you able to claw your way through traffic and get yourself in that third place position?
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. I think the car got a little better as time went on, like everybody else said. Picked up some little bit of pace, and I could hang with the guys for a little bit. Thought I'd take a chance on 2 at the end and see what happened. And I was, watching those 2 beat and bang all race, and I kind of had a feeling something was going to happen. Well, it did, so I got lucky and came out ahead.
Sometimes it's not how you start, it's how you finish, right?
That's right. That's all that matters. That's all you have to do is reach the last lap.
Hey, that's right. Or, just make it until the end, and you did a great job. You put it all together here. Came home with a strong third-place finish. Who do you want to thank on the 4 before I cut you loose, let you go celebrate this one with your team?
Yeah, thank you for the broadcast. Mike, thank you for putting it on. And Wilker sent an apology. I we could have done things a little different. So I apologize for missing out.
Well, there you are, ladies and gentlemen. Driver of the number 4 came from deep in the pack, avoided all the carnage and chaos on the racetrack to bring it home in third. Thanks for your time. Appreciate you, man. I'll put you back down there with your team as we get ready to go over the final results tonight here from the Valley of the Sun. In first, Keith Hume Sr., he's going to get the W here in the 21. You heard from Tony Schertz in the 33. Jason Chilton, again, is going to come home third. Rounding out your top 4, Michael J. Boyd in 5th. Mark Brinkamp in the 78. 6th belongs to Matthew Johnson, who really took it from both ends throughout the races. He was involved in all the high-impact, high-action drama in that 6th place position. 7th belongs to Scott Trenham. I hope I'm saying that correctly, in the 32. In the 8th place position, Scott Wilkerson. And myself, I know I'm being shown in 9th, but I'm up here in the booth. And that rounds out all the competitors that took the green flag here from Phoenix. Well, ladies and gentlemen, like all good things, they must come to an end, including this broadcast. Remember, if you're thinking about enjoying the family, do so already. Slap the like button, ring the bell, come home to 7 days of high-flying, high-octane racing action right here on Sim Racing TV. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining. And I leave you with this. Have a great night in whatever you do. Don't play in traffic. Good night, everybody. We'll catch you next time.